Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin obviously broke out. We covered that in previous videos. We are talking about the daily chart that really hasn't changed. But I added the let's call it the micro count. It's not the micro count, but the more detailed count now to the daily chart as well. How it should take us to around about 43 to 53k. That's the assumption in this third wave. The idea that we are in a third wave, that has found its way onto this chart already in March this year. So anybody who followed our analysis had a good view that we would likely get into this region here at some point next. We took that view that the bear market already completed in November 22 in March 2023. We did have along the way several opportunities to build core positions here, and in this region. Those were all times when I announced to members, channel members, gold, silver members on this, bronze members as well, on Discord and Telegram, that I would buy and add to my core position, basically buy spot positions. I think here as well, a few smaller positions here, but we had great opportunities to build core positions throughout this. I don't even want to call it bear market. As I said before, Bitcoin's price doubled, so we couldn't even call it bear market anymore, whereas many people still did. And this creates an environment in which there is so much fear, people are still calling it a bear market, whereas for altcoins, I took a different view, which was correct because most of these made new bear market lows, even though they now show, of course, some uptrends as well, and we want to cover them in the individual altcoin videos, but there was no need to focus on new bear market lows, and you can see why we wanted to, first of all, build core positions and to focus on what's directly in front of us, okay? What's directly in front of us, very, very important. The reason why I bring this up is as well because it's sometimes misunderstandings between among subscribers. Very rarely. There was just one comment I want to refer to from the previous video about a core position, right? So the person who commented didn't really understand what a core position was. So the core position is really what you build, what you don't easily sell, which is basically the base of your portfolio. A core position that you don't go in and out of easily. You want to hold it. It's the core of your, let's say, of your Bitcoin portfolio, of your Bitcoin position. Now you can do that for altcoins as well if you like to. The difference is I don't really see altcoins as portfolio assets. Bitcoin, Ethereum, I do. And the current rally shows that it was right to focus on Bitcoin until now. Yeah, because Bitcoin outperformed many altcoins in this entire time. That's the core position. Now, trading short term is not necessarily having a core position, right? Waiting for a small pullback is not a core position. Core position is what you regularly build to ideally reduce your average or just have what you're comfortable with, okay? What you need to see is separate from that would be like floating positions or positions that you would use to take a futures trade, right? That's not a core position. So for example, ideally, I would have liked to see a pullback before the breakout to add a futures trade, okay? But that never showed. But I highlighted to you, it doesn't need to show to break out, okay? To get a bullish, to continue that pathway higher, we don't need that pullback. It would have just been ideal from an analysis point of view to confirm technically that we have bottomed. I still can't confirm it, but I have to take that view after the breakout, okay? We actually took that view already on the 21st of October here on Saturday, that we have a good chance of breaking out, and we focus primarily on the uptrend. So if you don't want to miss announcements like that, then feel free to check out our membership. Because the thing is, you can't just watch the videos and expect to get all the information. I already provide so much information in the videos, but the most important stuff I write down and issue on Discord and Telegram. Very important. So yeah, if you don't want to miss something, because otherwise you will miss stuff, because nobody's watching all the videos, right? Maybe some of you do, maybe some of you do. But what I really wanted to emphasize here is that the assumption is we are in a third wave rally. I've put into the more detailed wave count. So the idea is we are in a third of a third wave. That's what we've been talking about all week. The third wave is extending massively, which is what cryptos do, which is exactly why we want to have a core position, right? I know, ideally, we all know the crypto market. We know how the crypto market behaves. We all want to have a core position. Okay, I can't really say more than just saying it. I can't make you buy it. You have to decide that for yourself. So, and if we assume that we're now in this third wave, then ideally this third wave would finish here at some point. Overall, the larger degree third should finish somewhere in the region between 43 and 44K. What I would like to see is that somewhere here, before we reach basically 40K, that it starts to slow down a little bit. If we add the VRVP, the volume profiles, then you see that somewhere here volume is increasing, historical volume. So it should slow down the price a bit. I would like to get a little bit more structure in. I'd like to see that fourth wave here get completed. At the moment, the support for that fourth wave is down to around about 29.5K. We see that on the lower time frames. That's main support for this rally. Any break below 29.5K, I will assume that we topped in a B wave and it's actually bearish. That B wave is still a valid assumption. It would completely wreck all the bulls. I intentionally leave it on the chart to keep us grounded. And I have to highlight that, yeah, we need to hold 29.5K to really keep focused on the upside more generally in this structure. And I would like it to slow down a little bit, obviously, as we're heading into the next phases, because if we just push through and it keeps extending, then we have a problem, because that would rather favor this as a B wave. It might be bullish short term, but it could just completely escalate, something we see many times in crypto. So I cannot emphasize how important the right structure is to maintain a bullish perspective. Because if it just escalates without slowing down, it can just get overheated and break down. And that is basically how a B wave is characterized. Now, I will of course still track bullish support, which is what we do now, to even cater this, traders who trade this more escalated way to the upside. But just note that it is not necessarily long-term bullish if we rally too much too fast, okay? But yeah, overall, that target box has been on the chart, I think, since June, July. 43 to 53K roughly is sort of the idea. And then we should move higher in the fifth wave of an even larger third wave, then a fourth and a fifth. That is sort of the primary count towards basically new all-time highs, right? That gives you a nice roadmap. It shows you we're also still early. And yeah, that's sort of the pathway. Looking at the shorter time frame, nothing has changed from my previous video. The assumption is that this third wave I've just shown you on the daily chart ideally finishes at some point, but we have no confirmed top in place for this third wave, okay? So micro support for direct continuation in wave 3 here, yeah, on this short-term chart, which is this third wave on the daily chart. Micro support is 32,750. And if we break below that level, then I have to assume we are already in the fourth wave, which is on the daily chart, this fourth wave, and support goes down all the way to 29.5K. That doesn't mean we come down all the way to 29.5, but it means that if we go below it, I will take a bearish stance. But ideally, it's holding above roughly 30.5K, okay, overall. And then, yeah, then it should push higher. I haven't put the entire roadmap here on the short-term chart, but the short-term chart is there to show you short-term micro support, which is basically 32,750. That's the micro support for direct continuation, and the break below that will make me assume first we are finally in this fourth wave pullback. Might happen now, we all know that sentiment in crypto moves and swings very, very quickly. So in summary, bullish against the support levels I give you, but because of the lack of ideal structure of the lows, we still have the risk that this is a B wave. And all I can do is to point out that risk. The risk would be drastically reduced if we, or had we seen a proper structure of the lows, which, as you all know, we haven't. So that makes it difficult in the current market environment, but exactly because of that, we're tracking the bullish support levels. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.